traditional wedding attire around the world.
Hello, we are from Group 4.
I'm Chansia.
I'm Afnani.
I'm Nadia.
Do you know that each country's wedding attire is different?
If you don't know, you should come with us to explore the vibrant traditional wedding attire from some extraordinary culture.
Every culture has its own unique way of celebrating love and commitment. So, let's explore the world of traditional wedding attire from around the world.
Let's go. Our journey begins in Indonesia. As you know, Indonesia has many islands and many districts. However, in this trip, we will talk about traditional wedding attire from the island of Java. Javanese traditional wedding outfit mainly consists of style from Solo and Yogyakarta standard. The bride and groom's outfit from Yogyakarta and Solo are usually black velvet with unique pattern and characteristic. There is even a traditional style of makeup applied on the bride's forehead called paes, a hair band called a sanggul, and jasmine decoration. There are wedding customs known as basahan from the Solo authentic city. In basahan clothing, the bride wears a kemben and the groom is often shirtless. It symbolizing simplicity, grace, and independence for a harmonious marriage. The ceremonial clothing might vary slightly, but both men and women wear sarong. The men wear a high-collared shirt, a jacket, and a blanket, a kind of web-head cloth that looks like a skull cap. On the other hand, the women wear a kebaya, long-sleeve blouse. Small details like embroidered cloth and silver jewelry are also essential adornment for both the bride and groom.
Next country is Japan. A Japanese bride wears a shiramuku. Shiramuku is a white kimono that is worn during formal or traditional weddings at Buddhist temple or Shinto shrines. The bride also wears a white overcoat called uchikake paired with the shiramuku. The bride wears a traditional Japanese hat called watabushi, which symbolizes simplicity and modesty. To tie the kimono, the bride uses a belt known as obi. The white wedding outfit stands for a new beginning in marriage life. After the traditional ceremony, the bride usually changes outfit. For the wedding ceremony, the bride wears shiramuku again but layered with iro uchikake, a colorful pattern overcoat that symbolizes happiness. Next, the groom wears a monsuki haori hakama. Mon means emblem and refers to the family crest. Monsuki is a commonly black or dark kimono worn by Japanese grooms symbolizing an honor. It is paired with a short jacket called haori and trousers called hakama. Short woven ties that can be attached to the little loops at the front are called a haori hime. Let's moving to South Korea. In South Korea, they also have beautiful traditional wedding attire. Both the bride and the groom are dressed in hanboks, but it's not an average hanbok. They are designed specially for weddings. The bride and groom wear different colors of hanbok during their wedding ceremony, such as pink, red, white, blue, or purple. Every color has a different meaning, but most Korean brides like to wear red and the groom wear blue to symbolize the idea of yin and yang. Yin is meant to bring healing and yang provides enthusiasm and active energy. Together, the energy is balanced. They also wear jokduri, which is a type of headwear. The wonsam or hwarot is a ceremonial jacket that was worn by upper-class women in Joseon, but now common people can wear it. The wonsam is bright and ornate with red silk on the outside and blue silk on the inside, as well as flowers stitched in the fabric to symbolize riches.
Let's kick things off in Thailand. Thailand traditional wedding attire is different from region to region, but I will show you one of the famous Thailand traditional wedding attire. The Thailand wedding dress from northern Thailand is the Lana wedding dress. This dress is influenced by China and Myanmar. The bride is wearing a dress called sabai. The sabai symbolizes elegance and is usually paired with a sarong. Brides often wears a sangwan, which is asas as an accessory. And the groom wears jongkraben, which is traditional long pant from Thailand. Typically wet-legged and made from corfu fabric, are designed for easy movement during traditional activities. Historically, Chongkraben were designed for agriculture work, reflecting the rural communities in northern Thailand. Moving on to Philippines. In the Philippines, the groom wears a barong Tagalog. Barong Tagalog is a traditional long sleeve shirt made from fabric like pineapple or banana fiber, and usually embroidered with Filipino patterns such as the sun, the baybayin, and the sampaguita. The baybayin pattern is a Asian Filipino script, and sampaguita is a national flower from the Philippines that symbolizes purity and eternal love. The bride usually dresses in barat saya that is also made from pineapple or banana fibers. This is the traditional dress worn by the bride that represents her purity. Flowers and plants are the common patterns in barat saya, such as sampaguita.
On a long journey, now we arrive in China. The main color of Chinese wedding dress and decoration setting is bright red, the traditional and sacred color. In Chinese weddings, red is also considered as a symbol of good fortune that drives evil spirits away. In China, wedding attire is different from region to region, but typically the bride's gown is red and features an embroidered phoenix to symbolize strength and a dragon to symbolize kindness. For a northern Chinese bride, the wedding dress called Cheongsam is a long form fit and embroidered with a phoenix. But different from southern China, the wedding dress from southern China is called Long Fenggua, or dragon phoenix coat. This traditional wedding dress is embroidered with a dragon and phoenix. You may also see 5 beds too, along with the dragon and phoenix, which symbolize 5 blessings. The groom wears a tangzhuang, which is a long shirt paired with a jacket. The groom's jacket is also red and embroidered with a dragon.
Let's travel to India. Here, Indian marriages are popular for their richness, which can be seen in their traditional wedding outfits. The bride wears a lehenga or a sari wedding dress. Lehenga is a long heavy skirt that often paired with a cropped blouse called the choli, and a dupatta that is draped over the head or shoulders. The lehenga also symbolizing femininity. While sari is a long piece of cloth around 6 to 9 yards that drapes around the body and tucked into an underskirt. It also symbolizing grace and femininity. The bride usually wears jewelry such as bangles, necklaces, earrings, and nose rings. For the groom, they can wear either sherwani or bagdala suit that match the color of the bride's attire. Sherwani is a knee-length, button-down jacket worn over a loose collarless shirt called a kurta and paired with trousers called churidas, while bagdala is a formal suit with a closed collar jacket that falls just below the waist and worn with slim trousers. While a groom might not wear as many accessories as the bride, they usually wear a brooch, mochari, and a turban. Onwards on Ghana. In Ghana, couples will dress in clothes that make them feel like royalty on their big day. In a traditional African fashion called kente cloth, made of hand-woven silk and cotton, is often brightly colored and patterned or embroidered with various patterns such as Sankova and Fawahuti. Sankova, depicting a bird returning to its roots, symbolize learning from the past to build a better future. And while Fawahuti symbolize freedom, independence, and emancipation. Colors hold symbolic meanings for couples. For example, gold means wealth or loyalty, pink means calmness and tenderness, blue represents the sky and means love, harmony and good peace, and maroon is protection from evil. Now, let's explore Romania. In Romania, wedding attire is different by region. For example, in Transylvania, the bride wears a blouse called ie. The ie is a linen or cotton blouse decorated with often embroidered floral or geometric patterns that symbolize beauty and harmony. The blouse wears a long skirt called katrinta that is usually made of wool or cotton. To complete the outfit, the bride adds a belt known as brow. Groom wears a shawl-lacy or linen colored pants paired with a shirt called kamasa. Kamasa has embroidery around the collar and cuffs. A vest called a ismarek is also worn by the groom to add a formal touch.
Now we have traditional wedding attire from Scotland. First, the bride has a bit more flexibility. In traditional Scottish wedding, brides usually wear a formal dress or dress with tartan patterns. On the other hand, the groom have a unique outfit called a kilt outfit, which includes a kilt, a scarf, a waistcoat, a shirt, and a tie. The kilt is a knee-length skirt. It is made from wool because it's suitable for Scotland's weather. Another thing about a Scottish wedding attire is the tartan pattern. The tartan must match the groom's clan, and every pattern has colors and design that represent the identity and history of a specific clan or family.
Fly to Bulgaria. They also have beautiful traditional wedding attire. The bride wears a beautiful gown embroidered with floral and geometrical patterns, symbolizing fertility and reflecting regional culture. The bride accessories with a belt known as kulan. The bride wears a red veil. The red veil is believed to ward off evil spirits and bad luck. The groom wears a white or cream-colored shirt and trousers with floral embroidery that also reflects regional culture, and pairs with a vest that's sometimes embroidered with geometrical patterns. The groom wears a traditional hat, the style of which varies depending on local culture.
Next, we're heading to Morocco. During the wedding celebrations in Morocco, brides usually wear a fascia, which is made from high-quality fabric and known for its luxurious and beautiful embroidery. The fascia has several elements. The first one is basic kaftan, a belt, and a lot of accessories like necklace and bracelets symbolize elegance. For grooms, they usually wear a jabador, which is a long robe decorated with embroidery and has traditional patterns that also symbolize richness and elegance.
Finally, let's end our journey in Hungary. The bride typically wear a white or cream-colored dress with simple flower embroidery, sometimes passed down through generations, and a carnage headpiece made from wood. After midnight, typically the bride is switched out into a traditional folk outfit known as the red dress, symbolizing joy and celebration as a new woman. The groom might wear a traditional black suit with a red or white ribbon, symbolizing purity and commitment. Some groom may also wear a black hat. Guests often get into the spirit too, donning traditional folk costume and add a vibrant splash of color to the celebration. Wow! Do you think this is an amazing journey?
We have visited 30 countries with different traditional wedding attire, showing that each traditional wedding attire reflects the culture, values, and history of its people.
We hope you enjoy